Now, if she objects to me, when I put the numbers down in front of her, I'm just going to look at it and go, hey, Heather, we had to talk about this like an hour ago, okay? I don't blame you. You're doing what you've always done. You don't need to do it. You're at Harbin. We got a pricing policy that removes the need for you to go through the head-butting, confrontational, miserable, time-wasting negotiation. And by the way, is that the truth?
Yeah.
That's the absolute truth. Each and every one of you is going to do it a little bit differently. And quite frankly, I was pleasantly surprised how each and every one of you did it. When we play it back on the big screen, you should be proud of yourselves. Steve especially. Really, really nice job. All right? All you can do is get it better and better, though. Okay? Now, how do we figure out if the customers come in on the right vehicle or not? Because, by the way, the customers sometimes come in on the wrong vehicle.
Yes.
Okay? It's one thing, well, I say this everywhere I go, it doesn't matter what state, what city I'm in, customers are all the same. None of them are particularly good at buying cars and trucks, new or used. And they're not good at it because they don't do it very often. Name me one thing, Blake, that you do once every 4 years that you're good at. And if you're thinking sex, you ain't good at it. Okay. Ride a bicycle? Okay. I mean, look, people don't do it very often. When someone wakes up in Nashville or Scottsboro or Atlanta or Huntsville today and decide they're in the market for a vehicle, what do? They get on the internet. They start studying up. They go to 11.3 sites, spend 26.5 hours or whatever the latest stats are, and they gather all their information. Okay? Can you experience a Silverado on the internet? Can you experience an Explorer on the internet? No. Do customers know that a $40,000 vehicle can't be purchased for $200 a month without anything down?
Some don't.
Some don't. You're right. Okay? So they're going to go to the internet. By the way, is there any misinformation on the internet?
Not at all.
None at all. Do people misinterpret information on the internet?
Yes.
Yes, they do. But you guys are better than most at getting the customer to show up here. But just because they show up here doesn't mean they don't need a professional salesperson. Okay? Look, I'm extremely experienced in many, many different things. I'm a very experienced salesperson. I'm a very experienced consumer. But if my air conditioning unit goes out, am I an expert at purchasing air conditioning units? They're like $5 or $6 grand. They're not 25, 30, 35, 40 grand. I need a professional to help me make the right decision. When a customer shows up here, they need a professional to help them make the right decision. Do people come in on a specific vehicle that is sometimes out of their price range?
Absolutely.
When that happens and you point it out to them, do they go, gee, my bad, can we look at a cheaper vehicle?
No.
What's your discount?
They don't do that, do they, Heather? Why don't they do that?
I think part of it's embarrassment.
I think you're
They
right.
can't do math.
I think you're right. So there's got to be, we can't just say, hey, Steve, you got a beer budget and champagne taste, you dumbass. Okay? We can't say that to them. Okay? We have to treat them like the gold that they are. Hypothetical. I'm driving a Honda Pilot. Okay? I pull into my Honda Pilot, and Jared, you come out, you meet and greet me.
Yes, sir.
All right? And I'm here to look at a Ford Explorer. How do you figure out what I can afford to spend?